What's up, friends? International Ishak here. Today's video is going to be a little different. Usually I make informative videos on the pros of living in Korea, the cons of living in Korea, how to teach in Korea, etc. Today's a little different though. Today is more a personal story of me getting acupuncture in Korea. So, before I went to Korea, I was interested in Eastern medicine, acupuncture, massage. They have cupping, where you see athletes do it, where they put the cups all around them. Um, Different forms of Eastern medicine. I thought, hey, when I get to Korea, I'm going to try it. Fast forward 6 months into Korea, still have not tried any of it until yesterday. Yesterday, my shoulder was acting up on me. I was lifting weights. It had been sore for last couple days. I'd injured it a couple years back, lifting too heavy, probably compromising form, and messed up my shoulder. Really haven't been able to work out too much since then. So it's been all right. I've been lifting for the last almost 6 months, and it's been pretty good. But I just started a diet where I'm trying to cut some fat, plus I'm trying to increase the weight I'm lifting. So maybe the combination of those two just hurt my shoulder, or I don't know, maybe just it was time for my shoulder to start hurting again. Either way, shoulder started hurting. I said, all right, now's the time. Let's find an acupuncture place. So I find an acupuncture place where I live. I go over there, get in the door, show them my ARC card, which is Alien Resident Card. If you move to Korea, you will get an Alien Resident Card. Looks kind of like a driver's license. They put my information in. Um, that card has like your medical insurance tied to it. So put my information in, and I go back and talk to the doctor. He really doesn't speak the best English, and as I've mentioned in a previous video, I speak zero Korean, or practically zero Korean. Um, his English is good enough though. We talk. I tell him I injured my shoulder. It's sore today. Both of them are injured, but my left one is the one that's acting up on me now. And I point specifically to, where the pain's radiating from. So he brings me to the main room. There's a bunch of cots. I lay down on one. He comes beside me, asks if I've ever done acupuncture before. I said, no, first time. This is it. I'm going to do it in Korea. So puts me there, swabs my shoulder with, a little alcohol swab, and then gets out a needle, probably 3 inches long, and just puts it in my shoulder. It doesn't hurt. I can barely feel it, and I'm not one. I'm usually not a person that likes needles. I'll avoid a shot if I can. It's not my favorite thing. But I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. I want to try it out. It's not really a fear of mine. I just prefer to avoid them usually. But let's see if it heals my shoulder. So he puts this needle in there. Doesn't hurt. But then he kind of like taps it to make it go in further. And it doesn't hurt, but you feel like a weird like pulse, almost like a heartbeat, from where it taps. And I guess it hits the muscle or a tendon, and it constricts or contracts or something, and so you just feel like a pulse. And so he does that, and he knows, like, as soon as I feel that pulse, he knows too, because he's making a sound like, oh. So like every time he puts one in and it hits, as soon as I feel it, he somehow knows too. So I guess he knows what he's doing, not just some random guy sticking needles in my arm. So he ends up putting 9 nine needles in my arm. Some going a little deeper, I guess, where it's not as injured, and then some, he taps a little bit, and that's as far as it goes. So I'm sitting there. He puts the needles in and then goes away, tells me, I'll be back in 15 minutes. So I'm like looking at these needles, chilling, taking some pictures, like, acupuncture. Um, just sitting there for 15 minutes. He comes back. Actually, he doesn't come back. His assistant comes. She takes the needles out and then puts a big like heating pack on. But she puts it like starting at my back and wrapping around my shoulder, and then like it's a blanket, like puts it around my side, so I'm all tucked in, like I'm wounded or something. Um, and so I'm laying there like that, just kind of tucked in with this thing, heating pad. And she tells me, if it's hot, just call me. Um, so I'm all right. I'll do that. So I'm laying there, and I don't know, maybe 8 minutes in, it starts getting pretty hot. Not really on my shoulder, but on my back. Like on my back, it starts heating up. I'm like, all right, I can do this for a little bit longer. Um, but then it starts getting really hot. Like, all right, what do I even need to say? Like, should I say hello? Like hello in Korean? Hello in English? Should I just yell out some random noise? Like, what do I do here? Um, so I'm thinking about that, and I adjust it a little bit, kind of pull it up more on my shoulder, um, and that delays some of the heat. Um, and then it starts getting hot again, so I start thinking again. All right, I'm just gonna just say hello in Korean, and maybe she'll come over. But luckily, before I do that, the doctor comes over. He asks if it's hot. I'm like, yeah, it's a little hot on my back. So he ends up taking it and just putting it on my shoulder and kind of chest area, and then goes off for a few minutes, and that's fine. It's not too hot there. Um, so I think 15 minutes. Time's up. Um, he comes back and we start talking. There is this language barrier. I can speak to him a little bit, but I'm trying to ask him, like, how serious is it? Is it something that is just torn? Is it, how bad are we talking about here? So he tells me from what he can that he can tell it's not horrible, but it's not a light injury. He can tell that it's been injured for a while. I don't remember if I told him that I injured it a couple years ago or not. I could have just told him that, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's been injured a while." Just going off what I said. But I don't think I did. He could probably tell that it had been injured for a little while. Um, and he recommended that I lay off the weights for 2 weeks and then get back on them, but go light, which was kind of a bummer. I have this whole like diet now and spreadsheet where I'm trying to progressively increase my weight, and lift heavy. So hearing that I have to lift a little lighter wasn't the best news, but I guess I'd rather do that than tear my shoulder. So I'll try it a few more times. After one session, I really didn't tell a difference. It didn't provide instant relief. Um, it was actually more sore after, a little more sore today, probably just because needles were, under the skin in my muscle or tendon. Um, that's the story. The good part was it was cheap. After my insurance, I only paid 6,600 won, which is about $6 US. So for one session of acupuncture, about $6. I'll probably end up getting 10 sessions done within the next couple weeks. Hopefully it'll fix it, but if not, I'm only out of pocket $70, which really isn't too bad. I'm hoping that it's not just some pseudoscience. I'm hoping there's some evidence behind it, or at least it works for me, even if it's placebo. If the placebo fixes my shoulder, then that's all right. Um, I will check back in a couple weeks. I'll make a follow-up video letting you guys know the results if my shoulder's fixed. I'm also doing some stretches while getting the acupuncture. So it could be a couple different things that fix my shoulders. But I'll update everyone. I'll let you know what's going on with the acupuncture. But that's my story. That's the video for the week. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too much of a waste of time, or at least it was a good waste of time. While you're here, check out some of my other videos. I have more informative videos. This was more of a story. Most of my videos are informative. Kind of give you some info if you're thinking about moving to Korea. Before you go, please, I would really appreciate if you like the video, subscribe to my channel, and shoot me a comment below. Let me know any thoughts you had. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. And last thing. See you next week, next Thursday, for a brand new video. Next Thursday, mark it in your calendar. Put a reminder in your phone. Next Thursday, International Ishak's new video. Tell your friends. See you guys.